content. And we also put it in the second box for the long content, and we call this the long content. And now save again the page. If we now reload, we'll notice the two latest news items is showing up in the latest news box. And when you click on it, you will go directly to the news item. So that's the latest news box. And of course this can be styled by yourself, or you can edit this in the news item module. Another thing I want to show you is how to add an RSS icon, because now we got this news item, so now we can also display RSS. We can display the news as an RSS feed, and this is very handy for if other people wanna, or other websites wanna share or syndicate your news. You can give them a button and they can just click it and they will display the RSS feeds. For this we have to go to the social media box and go to the RSS section. And here it says again three fields, and it's again for the 3 different languages. But here it asks for the news, for the page ID of the news page for the first language. So it's not the group ID, but it's the page ID in this case. Well, we made the news on the home page, and if we look at here, we'll see the page ID for the home page is 17. So if we go to the RSS feed of the social media box and we put there 17 and we choose save configuration, it will show up the RSS feed icon, and if you click it, it's different in all the browsers, but for example on the Mac, if you click it, it will say do you want to add the feed to a certain program. But you notice that it will make a complete URL of the RSS feed with the page ID, in this case is 17. Well, if I click OK, it will show up the 2 items that we just added in a valid RSS feed. For now I'll just choose cancel, and yeah, that you can do on your own, but it will show up the items as a valid RSS feed. So that is adding an RSS box to the page with the social media box. And if you have more language, of course, you can put there the page IDs of the other languages, and it's mostly, of course, if you got multiple languages, it's mostly the same page, but for example the home page, but they all got a different ID because they're in different menu structures, of course. But for now we chose, in this case, the sidebar menu. We choose the home page because that's the page with the news module on it. The last thing I want to show you in this video tutorial is how to add the additional schemes, the CSS schemes, to the VA templates framework. And the schemes is what I already taught in the first tutorial, are in a way the design or the look and feel or the style of the page. Because when you for example leave it empty, this option, if you put for example the CSS scheme on none, you'll see what the VA template is its strong point, and that's because it's a template framework, but with all its options. But the design is really, it's really set by the CSS schemes. So you can have, in a way, as I told in the early tutorials, you can have, if you're using the droplets, you can have different schemes, different designs on different pages. So you can have a different scheme, for example, for the home page with a slider, and of course also the styling is designed especially for the home page in that case. And if you got, for example, another or the rest for the site, you can have another scheme, which is, for example, without a header and a different menu styling. So you can, in a way, be very flexible with schemes in combination with the droplets. But for now, we put it on default, and we have it back again. You see, everything is in a way controlled by the CSS scheme. And if we press, for example, reload again, we'll see everything got the style again. Well, if you purchased the VA template framework, you notice there's a few folders in the distribution package, and one of them was the documentation, which is very important. I would really advise you to read the documentation before you're gonna do something with the template framework. And another one, which we're gonna which I'm gonna explain now, is the additional schemes. The additional schemes are extra schemes that you can install by FTP. They're not included in the actual template framework which you install in WebSiteBaker, because otherwise the zip file would be too big and there could be installation errors or something. So you need to unzip them and upload them to the schemes directory in the VA template framework, and this folder you upload again to the server. So let's go unzip these